Hey, what up? This is Aaron Sands, and this is King Talk. Let's get smarter. What up? It's your boy Aaron Sands, and this is the first episode of King Talk with Aaron Sands. I definitely appreciate you guys for stopping by and checking out this first of many episodes of King Talk with Aaron Sands. And I really hope you get to enjoy this journey that I'm about to take you guys on real quick. Basically, when it comes down to this podcast, it's basically another extension from the Premiere Boyz Podcast. If you see me on Premiere Boyz Podcast, you already know how I give it up. You already know what we're talking about when it comes down to news, society, and definitely with the culture. So we're definitely not going to deviate from the script here. We're definitely going to really push out, more content for the culture, more content for our society. And we're going to definitely talk about things that affect us. As you already know, we got my first guest on King Talk is going to be none other than DJ Retro himself, Roddy Rod. We're going to end up explaining what the hell happened during that whole situation during the Premiere Boyz Podcast season 1 finale. I got questions, and he better have the answers for it. So stick around, stay tuned, and check out this first song. All right, and welcome back to King Talk with Aaron Sands. It's your boy Aaron Sands out here, and right now we're gonna get into some topics, that's been going on lately around our own community and around the world lately. So first, one of the first topics we're gonna get into in this King Talk news is this situation with these hedge funds and Google. You know what I'm saying? A lot's been going on in the past couple of days regarding this whole situation, where you got a group of like Reddit followers, Reddit day traders sitting there short selling GameStop. And right now, if you've been following GameStop over the past couple of years, they've been pretty much on the way out of business, with their stocks going down to being as low as probably like $3 to $5 a share. So a lot of people, they wasn't looking into GameStop like that to like purchase, but a lot of people that was on Reddit, trading on Reddit on a daily basis, end up buying so much of GameStop stock to the point where when it came down to them to short sell it, a lot of hedge funds was losing a whole lot of money. A lot of people came up off GameStop over the past couple of days. So much so that hedge funds have lost over a total of $5 billion, according to Markets Insider, regarding the situation. So for me personally, looking at how everything has been going on with GameStop and how a lot of people who's been coming up on money, and so much so to the point where Robinhood is actually stopping people from buying the stock, for the most part. For me, watching all of these pieces like unfold the way they do, I'm a fan of watching our people, not just our people, but like regular everyday people get big off this market. A lot of these like hedge fund people, these big spending, these big firms spend a whole lot of money, playing this game. And yeah, we play it too. We use apps like Robinhood, Coinbase, Cash App, and things like that to like trade stocks and learn more about the stock market. But really the big winners before this was these hedge fund owners, these big firms that put a lot of money into it. So to see everybody invest in GameStop like that, and I'm not saying people are investing in GameStop because GameStop is cool. You got to remember, GameStop was about to go out of business 2 years ago. But when you're talking about, people aren't investing more in GameStop, but they're more investing into, trying to invest in that for their own money and their own benefits. So when they're seeing this and they're seeing that they're able to take down these big hedge funds, that's a big step. And some people, they'll downplay it to the point where they're like, oh, they're just, trying to, people taking down the risk, but even though they take down the risk, they're just always going to try to come back stronger. And which is for the most part true. But at the same time, you can't ignore the fact that, you know, these big firms and these hedge funds managers been getting over for so long, you know, and the fact that us as, you know, regular everyday people trying to learn about the stock market come up and can actually come up and make some money off this as well, make some money off these guys for a change, I think is very suitable. I'm all for it, you know. Now, as I stated before, Robinhood restricted its trading for like GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia, Bed Bath Beyond, and things like that, because, you know, I feel personally those brands, you know, they wasn't trading at high value. Those were high value, so you can get BlackBerry stock for like $10-12. So you say like a regular person could sit there and buy up a whole lot of that and then short sell it, you know, it could definitely work out in their favor, you know? And it gets to the point where a lot of these hedge funds can't quite keep up with, you know, with paying this stuff out, to the point where a lot of these guys are going out of business, which I am all for. It's about time that we start getting money back to the people and start taking it from the 1%, because they've been taking it from us for years. It's a big move, and I'm all here for it. So that's one thing. So let's get into this thing with Harlem. I don't know what's been going on with Harlem dudes lately. You know, maybe it's a generational situation. Maybe it's, you know, it's upbringing. I have no fucking clue. But apparently, unless you've been living under a rock, lady's been brutally attacked, you know, outside of a Harlem liquor store. You know, trying to get the name now. I don't see the name here, but I will say they actually, I can tell you the situation that went down. Basically, a lady was trying to buy a bottle of wine inside a liquor store, when a group of men was in the store, and one of the men asked the lady if they wanted to pay for it, you know? But then she politely declined. It wasn't like, mind you, let's keep in mind, she didn't embarrass him. She didn't sit there and tell him, no, get the fuck out my face or all like that, you know? She just politely said, nah, I'm good. You guys have a good night. And apparently, I don't know what it was, they took offense to that and they pulled up on her and they attacked her. One of them even tried to bite her eye out, try to bite her on the forehead, try to bite her eye out. And I'm like, what kind of sick fucking shit is that, honestly? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, you know, like, people who are afraid of rejection and shit like that, but there's a way you got to go about that. If you sit there, the worst thing the lady can say is no. You know what I'm saying? And even then, you got to take that shit and just keep it moving, honestly. Because here it is. If you know, next thing you know, you want to sit there and get your feelings hurt because they said no. It wasn't like she was trying to play you. She just said, no, I'm okay. You guys have a good night. And then now y'all want to attack because y'all fragile little egos is hurt. You know what I'm saying? So it really goes down to like what's going. I can really base this down to like how the young generation, this new generation, is, you know, dealing with themselves. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? You have issues with somebody. You always want to run and get the gun. You don't want to sit there and shoot the 5 because y'all scared to sit there and end up on World Star and things like that. You know, you don't want to sit. You want to sit there and dog a girl out because she rejected you. It really just comes down to a fear. Like there's an innate fear of rejection in this young generation. Y'all don't want to be told no. So now y'all don't want to be told no. Y'all go through these, you know, wild, barbaric, animalistic acts. I don't even want to call y'all humans because y'all moving like animals. And then y'all want to be mad when somebody calls y'all animals. But you're moving like animals. Stop moving like animals and be gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see the video for this shit, it's like, where's y'all OGs? Where's the older people in my generation and in generations prior to me saying like, oh, listen, that's not how you're going to approach it. This is how you should approach it as a man. You're not getting a lot of that. What you're getting out here is a lot of these beta males trying to sit there and try to prove themselves out here. But you're a beta male. And you're not proving yourself out here because you're pulling up on females like this, and that's not right. Right now they're still looking for them. I'm with that. I'm with the shits for that too. Anybody seen it? Anybody seen these guys or know anything about the situation? Please call NYPD Crime Stoppers. Number is 1-800-577-8477. You know what I'm saying? Usually, I'm not for snitching because I don't like snitch culture. But for this shit, I definitely need to see these guys locked up because this is a fucked up situation. It really is. Speaking further on that, there was a rally regarding this a couple days back where they were standing in front of the liquor store and they were showing support, and that's one thing I do like to see. I do like seeing people, come together over a situation that's really affecting their community because honestly, that's somebody's daughter. That could have been somebody's mom. That actually was somebody's mom. It was a 31-year-old mother. That's somebody's mother. You know what I'm saying? How you feel if your mother's out here trying to buy us anything, not even just wine, but anything, and then they got to go through that shit? It's wild, barbaric, and it's not needed. You got to do better as a community. Granted, we're trying to get together and work together to try to make it better, but we got to do better raising these men. Or these boys, I should say, to be better men. Because anything like this, if this is what we got to look forward to, it's trash. I'm sorry, it's trash. So that's one thing on that. And my last thing for King Talk News, you already know, we've been hearing a lot lately in the past couple of days about T.I. and Tiny and all the shit they doing outside of music, between T.I. putting a gun, allegedly, put that out there, allegedly putting a gun to one of Tiny's besties in front of the kids, putting a gun right in her face and everything like that. And between Tiny and them having sex trafficking rings and making them force you take Molly and everything like that. This is where I come in from when it comes down to like the hearsay, he say or she say, because there's no, like, all of this is alleged, so there's really no solid proof. And for me personally, I'm on a time frame. It's like, all right, do you have evidence? Because people over the course of time, they'll hear stuff like this and then they want to be on cancel culture time. And I feel like we, in a sense, we cancel people that deserve to be canceled, which makes sense. But then we also cancel people that, after further review, didn't even deserve to be canceled. And when we figure that out, by that time, we already dogged them out to society to the point where their careers are pretty much done over something that wasn't even true. You know what I'm saying? So we really gotta be careful on how we tread on this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am not gonna go out here and jump on them and say, oh, T.I. definitely did that shit, or Tiny definitely did that shit. Because I'm like this, you pop mollies and shit, right? How the hell? Who forces you, honestly? No, do you put a gun to somebody's head and be like, oh, take this Molly, or you getting shot in the face? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. I don't know. But then again, at the same time, you don't know, even though, they do good things in music, they do, they have great contributions to music and everything like that. Just because you see that doesn't mean that they're the same people on the music end as they are on the personal end. We seen that with R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? He put out great music, but he been fucking little girls since 1990. So, I'm not going to jump out the window and be like, oh, that's what's going on or not. You know what I'm saying? If it is going down like that, then yeah, they need to be facing some charges. They need to be locked up, because that's some bullshit. You can't talk about, oh, let's all come together and then you're doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it didn't come down like that and it comes to find out that they're lying, then yeah, they got to be shamed too, because it's not a crime. I mean, I don't know if it's a crime down in Atlanta or in Georgia to be lying about shit like that, but if it's not, then yeah, they definitely need to be shamed, because you can't say we can stick together and then we are downing the people that's out here trying to, do shit. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, in good conscience, we gotta see what happens. There might have been victims. This might be not true, but if we can't talk about stick together and you got all of this shit going on, you know? It makes it really hard to stick together when you're surrounded by bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's King Talk News. So that's what we're going to be doing on every episode. We're going to discuss the current topics that's been going on in the world and also on the social media sites and everything like that. We're definitely going to be touching on it, and I'll give you my best opinions on what's been going on out here. That's King Talk News. Coming up next, you've been waiting for it. I damn sure been waiting for it. We got DJ Retro Roddy Rod in the building. I got some questions. If you've seen Premiere Boyz Podcast, season 1 episode finale, I got some questions. And he better damn well got some answers. That's up next. King Talk with Aaron Sands. Stay tuned. Check out this song now. Hey, what up? It's your boy Aaron Sands, and I know you're enjoying this episode of King Talk right now, but I want to dive in a little bit and talk about the Premiere Boyz Podcast. You got me, Aaron Sands, Ken the Gentleman, the homie Roddy Rod, and long live the Chief Mally Mal, all in the building, talking about the hottest entertainment topics, the hottest news topics, and giving our own take on what's going on out here in these streets. It can get raunchy. It could get crazy. You might even be talking about somebody's mama. Who knows? But every Wednesday at midnight, check us out on Apple, Good Pods. Don't forget to drop that 5-star rating and all wherever else you hear your podcast. Now back to the show, man.
This the star Roddy Rod, and you are now listening to King.
Last time on the Premiere Boyz Podcast.
Yo, it's your boy Roddy, DJ Retro. No, follow me on my new page, Roddy RODDYFE, and I got something to say.
What you got, bro?
Yeah, I got something to say, man. I think I'm getting frustrated. You know, I'm not getting my voice not being heard. You know, not getting no time to shine. I'm gonna take a break. Taking a break off the Premiere Boyz. I see y'all when I see y'all.
What you mean we don't give you time to shine? Like, wait a minute.
What are you talking about, bud?
I don't get time to talk. Y'all talk over me and everything. I don't get the respect I deserve, bro.
Bro, we respect you. We did a whole birthday thing for you, bro. Like, whole thing for you. That was the last episode.
I know,
you said
man.
It was because you wanted to focus on school.
I'm about to take off. I need some more time to take care of other shit, man. I'll see y'all soon. Over and out.
So you just gonna leave? Yo, you did it again?
Yeah, that's. I think that's what.
This boy bugging, son.
So that's your day now. You just leave it. Like that's what it is. You just leave midway through the shit. Like,
yeah, you might have to edit that shit out. That was negative.
Something, because that like fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gone and shit. That's crazy. We gave you a whole birthday celebration, bro.
I'll again. I don't get it, son.
That shit is crazy. Fucking Roddy, bro. He really did log out. Like, I'm watching this shit.
That crazy, son. That's crazy, man.
So nobody feels the way about this.
I don't know what to say.
I don't know what to
say, son. Get to season 1. We gotta find out when you gonna come back for season. I don't know, son. I don't know what to say.
Honest, son, yo, stop playing. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know, son. I don't know.
Shit. Right, and we are back. Right now, I got questions. Y'all been wanting answers. Y'all been looking for the dude who been wanting answers. And I got him here on the first episode of King Talk with Aaron Sands. You already know who it is. It's the bro, DJ Retro, Roddy Rod. What's going on, man? Talk to the crowd right quick.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We got you back out here. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see you up here again on the first episode of King Talk with Aaron Sands. But on the
I'm
flip
honored.
side, I appreciate that. You know, we making history out here. But
Being the first guest, man.
But I do got some questions for your ass though. Premiere Boyz season 1 finale. What the fuck was that, bro?
All right, let me explain. To be honest, I just feel like I don't have real time to talk in certain episodes. Yeah, the birthday thing was good and all, but the episodes before and after, I was getting cut off. A lot of times my arguments was being challenged and, I just didn't feel right, I didn't feel confident, that discussion was I was being cut off. I didn't feel respected. I didn't feel like the discussion was being held into a very respectable way when I talked.
Okay. Can you name, would you, for our listener audience, I know it's our first episode and everything, but some of them might not be familiar with like Premiere Boyz Podcast, but can you name a time where you felt, right, on live podcasts, where you felt like you was not getting the respect that you were getting for your points?
I remember there was an episode I was talking, and then I was getting cut off by you and Mr. Long Live the Chief. And then I tried to talk again, and y'all weren't letting me in. That was probably, if I remember, the Stack News Part 2 was one episode. I remember that.
Okay.
So,
because I heard me in there, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was looking back and I was getting kind of concerned and everything, so I definitely could understand where you're coming from. One big piece of situation that I will tell you, you know what I'm saying, is that, yeah, I do notice certain things that does go on within podcasts as we're shooting, and I might not be able to touch on it then, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I can agree with you that you did not get the airtime that I felt like you deserved, you know what I'm saying? However, and
it's hard for me to interject at sometimes, so I think it's also me too, because sometimes you and Alvin, y'all are back and forth in the podcast for a long time, and I'm trying to get my little piece on before we get to the next topic.
And I feel you probably
it's
have
pretty hard for me to be like, hey, wait up, let's not go to the next topic. Sometimes I feel like, I want to be heard. Granted, we have episodes that's 2 and 3 hours. Me talking for like another 5 to 10 minutes on one topic isn't gonna hurt.
I can see where you are with that, but here's my thing with it. You know what I'm saying? Here's where I feel like we could work on that. Work on you getting more of a presence. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the personalities that you're in the room with at the time of we're recording. You already got Ken, who's already out here, and doing this whole, podcasting situation. You know what I'm saying? So people already know he's already out there.
Yes.
You got me out here, and I'm already like boisterous, and I already come raw. You know what I'm saying? So there's that too. Alvin, him being fairly new on this set of podcast situations with us, even though he's new, he's already putting himself out there as like, as a personality, We're like, as I really want to see you do the same shit, you know what I'm saying? And granted,
well, I've been working on it. In the actual final finale episode, I did have a lot more. I did speak up a lot more because I did notice that from the previous episodes I didn't get the airtime, so I did speak up a lot more in that episode. If you can listen back, you'll know.
Yeah, like here's the thing, and that's the thing. Like you gotta keep, it's four of us. We're all sharing like our own mics and everything, but we all sharing the same space. So there's four of us. We all trying to fight for our space and get our points out and getting counterpoints out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You have to be that tough. You have to be that tough dog too. You're in a room with three tough dogs. You know what I'm saying? We're in the room with like three beasts, and if you're not unless you're a beast, you're not gonna get that airtime because you on the air with beasts. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna jump into a beast fight unless you're a beast too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes you would have to command that respect. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm on a scene, I'm commanding respect. Not just not in podcasts, that's just like in life. You know what I'm saying? Alvin step out. He's a little casual with it, but he gonna command that respect. I want to see Roddy command that respect too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I honestly, like, even though I challenge you on like coming in here and calling you out and everything, that I want to see like your potential. I'm looking forward to seeing your potential on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Especially for season 2, which brings me to this next question. Can we expect you back for season 2?
Not right away. Right now, my focus is on other things, and I need more time to accomplish those things.
Okay. It's fair enough. It's a fair question. And I honestly, I ain't gonna hold you. I came in this podcast situation and into this first episode of King Talk with Aaron Sands. I came into this thinking like, yo, I'm gonna have to tear Roddy a new one because you don't just leave the bros like that on the finale like that. You know what I'm saying? And then I heard you on Old School Podcast with Ken, and you didn't even want to speak on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm like, bro, you want to just up and lead the Premiere Boyz Podcast if you want, and then pull up on the Bros Podcast talking about, oh, you're not going to speak on it. That's cool, but you damn sure going to come on King Talk with Aaron Sands and talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad, I'm glad we definitely touched on that. We got some understanding of, what was going on. But when you do come back, because I know it's not going to be no time soon, but when you do come back, you gotta be on that beast mode time because it's season 2. We're going bigger and better.
Yeah, I could definitely grow with that because I definitely want to see a change. I definitely want to come bring a different energy this time, man.
Okay. Well, speaking of different energy, tell us about DJ Retro.
Right now, DJ Retro's still under construction. I had got rid of the page because I had like a lot of things going on, and a lot of crazy things in my personal life was going on through that page with scammers and whatnot. So I had to take down that page, but I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna go with this. At the moment, I'm just gonna have to find a way to get practice. But my laptop not working, so I'm kind of handicapped.
Are you a handicapped DJ? Like, what's going on with that? Like,
my laptop light stopped coming on, so I can't see the screen.
Damn, you might have to hit up like a Staples or some shit. That's crazy, man. Because honestly, like, being the fact that we in 2021, I was really looking forward to that DJ Retro IG Live type shit. You know what I'm saying? All of us in the house, we trying to figure it out. Indoor dining is back. People trying to do parties, but if you want to be safe, you can do the IG Live situation. I was really hoping we could see that DJ Retro IG Live IG live stream.
Things happen though. Yeah. Like a lot of events happened within the past 4 to 5 months in my personal life that I had to drop the page. Then my laptop got messed up. So I'm just basically handicapped at the moment until further notice.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, when you think we're going to be able to see, DJ Retro back on the scene again? Like,
I don't know as yet. It's coming soon though.
Oh man, it sounds shaky, bro. But I'm gonna keep an eye out because you already know I'm a fan.
I have to be. I have to think about my direction and my rebranding at the moment and how I feel. I gotta also get back into the zone of music because I feel like it was there and then it just dropped. I guess how I take DJing is how I take the writing. The muse has to be there. I have to be feeling it at the time. So I don't know. It's just I got to get back into the feeling as well. But also with the laptop and the page, that's also another thing that has to come. That has to keep coming.
Well,
so there's a couple of factors.
So would it be? Is it a safe question to ask? Right?
Yeah.
Do you love DJing and mixing?
I love DJing. I just have to get more practice on doing it better, as a lot of people have pointed out in the past that I could get better. I could do better. Okay.
Because I heard you mix out a few spots and everything, and that's why I really wanted to touch on this on your end to see where you at with it. Because I feel personally like I always try to give people like dope advice. That's what King Talk is about. You know what I'm saying? Try to give people dope advice that can get them a little bit further, help them get a little bit further in their life. You know what I'm saying? So when you're talking about things that we're in love in, you know what I'm saying? The stuff that we're in love in, we willing to do everything for that. We willing to put all of that shit on the line because of how passionate we feel regarding that subject matter. You know what I'm saying? So, like for me, I used to love making beats. I had produced so many like tunes for like an early point in my 20s. You know what I'm saying? And then I stopped. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like I felt out of love, but I always feel like you could get back into it. It's like an old relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like you feeling a whole bunch for a girl and everything like that. You're over the moon with her. You want to marry her, but then you might fall out. You know what I'm saying? But if you really fuck with it, you're always gonna come back and build on that. So I feel, and hopefully I'm right, that you're gonna like come back and build on this DJing situation. Anything worth having is worth fighting for out here. So if you fighting for, to have fame and and notoriety and like mixing and everything like that, if you love it enough, it'll come through. You know what I'm saying?
I have to take a different approach with it, so I got to start thinking of a strategy to come back with so we could move it forward.
Okay. So that's going to be something that you can definitely look into. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of stuff you can do right now where you could, put yourself out there, in a different type of light and then, still hone in on your craft. You know what I'm saying? We in the social media age right now, so just off a hit of a button, you could definitely end up pushing a lot of your stuff out there.
That's true.
So before we head up out of here real quick, I want to play a quick game with you real quick, because this is what I call the free talk section, right?
Oh yeah.
I might have got this from my executive producer, but I'm using it right now, so I hope you don't mind. So I'm going to name out 3 different topics, right?
Yeah.
Words or topics. And I want to see what your first thought about those situations are, and then we'll discuss it on the other side, right? All right. So the first one I have here is finessers. What's your thoughts?
Ooh. There's a lot of that going around in 2021 and 2020. The pandemic really exploded the amount of finesses out there.
That's true. I mean, there was a lot of, you gotta understand, there's a lot of opportunities between people, getting like COVID money, unemployment is a big thing, You got a lot of people trying to finesse for a quick buck, People
selling stuff out their crib was a huge explosion this year.
Especially plates. Everybody was a fucking chef. They were out here selling plates and everything like that. So that was like a big situation. Talking about, you got mac and cheese, greens, chicken and everything like that. and everything was for sale. They seen people coming with an influx of money, and everything was for fucking sale. That's really where it was.
People had mass businesses.
Mm-hmm. And people didn't even have any businesses, but they were getting that PPP loan money though.
Ah.
So you got that going on, plus the unemployment and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like you're seeing a pretty buck, and that's all from finessing.
But what about the finessing of people cheating the system? There was a lot of unemployment fraud.
That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like people quit a job just to get that unemployment lick. You know what I'm saying? Get that extra 600. Well, now extra 400. So now you quitting your job, bro, just to catch a lick. Like that shit is crazy, bro. And then
if you're working at TJ Maxx, you're only gonna see $300 to $400 a week anyway.
That's true. You know what I'm saying? But that's a job. Here's the thing, though. People only seeing a certain amount of money and everything like that. I feel like, listen, that's the job you chose. You know what I'm saying?
I'm dead.
You chose TJ Maxx. You know what I'm saying?
Bro only got a high school diploma. What can he do?
Go to college. Get some college credits. Get some skilled trades. You know what I'm saying? There's so much out here, bro. For you to be selling for TJ Maxx. I mean, granted, somebody got to work for TJ Maxx. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
true.
get it. So, somebody got to ring my clothes up. But... You know what I'm saying? Like,
TikTok.
So somebody got to sit there and ring that shit up. It ain't gonna be me. You know what I'm saying? So somebody got to do it. But even then, though, wouldn't you be sitting there working at TJ Maxx and everything? Wouldn't you be wanting to work, towards a situation, towards a goal? You know what I'm saying? I think that's like wildly important.
Hey, working towards a goal might be manager or assistant manager.
I mean, listen, I can't judge people's, goals and everything. If your dream is to become a manager at TJ Maxx, then I'm all for it. Go get that shit, bro. Go tell the housewares department that they gotta stock that shit up by 7 before they get fired. You know what I'm saying? like do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. There's work that's involved. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna work towards that, work towards that. Don't sit there and try to be on some scam vibes and be like, "Oh, I quit, so now I can get an extra 400 on top of my regular check and shit." That's trash, bro.
Or 600 last year.
I could understand if you got fired, if you got fired or late or furloughed off your job, or your job just closed because shit was going bankrupt.
That wasn't the case for most people, boy.
And No, I'm saying it was the case for a lot of people. A lot of people was like that. You know what I'm saying? I was on that type of time where they furloughed my situation, and I was out of work for 6-7 months. You know what I'm saying? So I was sitting there catching, unemployment checks, going crazy because that's the most money I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Come through my account like that consistently in a little while. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's a big thing. So that's finessing. My next topic, what is the Harlem liquor store situation? You heard about that, right?
Nah.
All right, so earlier in the podcast I was discussing about how these group of guys came and attacked this lady at a Harlem liquor store because she turned them down for buying a bottle of wine. Guy asked her for a bottle of wine and everything like that. If he could pay for it, she was like, nah. They catch up to her outside the store and they attack her. One of the guys damn near bite her eye out. What you think about that? Her eye, bro. They bit her on the forehead, really, but they said they were trying to bite her eye out.
Damn it!
That shit is crazy. I spoke on it earlier at length. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like these guys should get caught up. There was a rally out there a couple days back, but I wanted to get your thoughts on that. What do you think?
People are just too reckless in New York City, to be honest. You got to watch your back and understand that anything at any time can happen. They're just recklessly doing random shit just because they're bored, and it's unfair. Just out here attacking niggas everywhere you go.
And that's the thing, I remember back in the day with some shit like that. They were talking about how a baby got like slashed because it was on some gang shit. And I'm like, the fuck the baby got to do with that shit, bro? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, granted, if y'all want to do gang shit on y'all time. Don't do gang shit and affect innocent people that's just trying to go to work or just simply trying to live their life. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's wild trash.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, that going on. And how do you feel about these little Wolf of Wall Street dudes finally getting money? This is the last one. Wolf of Wall Street guys getting Wolf of Wall Street, I should say, getting all this money off these trades.
It's crazy because they had the whole GameStop and then they shut down the whole Robinhood. I mean, hey, if you pay into stocks, you're supposed to get bread back. So I guess it's part of the game. That's what I think about it.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta look at the shit like a casino, bro. Like, you think about it like this, right? You go to the casino, right? And you put your little money in there, and then you gamble or whatever. Chances are you might lose a lot of money. Every now and again, you might win a little bit. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, right? How can I put this? At the same time, there's always going to be a situation where the house indeed loses. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, the house definitely took an L. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
A lot. As I stated earlier in the podcast, hedge funds as a collective took a loss of $5 billion. You know what I'm saying? Over this. So, yeah, a lot of that money, like, for not a lot of it, but a good amount of it is going back to the people. And I'm all for that. Let the people sit there and get a W. They've been getting wins off us for years. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that?
They didn't expect to have massive withdrawals at one time. That's the whole thing. They didn't expect that so much people would be getting the money back at one time. So it just came as a crash to them. It came unexpected.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know. And even though it was unexpected, I feel like now what a lot of these sites are doing now, they're like, all right, you could trade this, but you could only do like 3 trades. Like right now, you can't even put money on GameStop. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up because if that's the way the cookie crumble, they gotta take that loss, and they can still make that opportunity. The fact that you're taking away the opportunity for people to invest in companies that you know took a loss, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know, you're setting up the game to be where, all right, we already know it's going to be rigged up. You know what I'm saying? But now you're outwardly telling people, oh, you won't be able to do it, so that's how we're going to move. You know what I'm saying? So you're outwardly telling them that, we're rigging the system. That's what it is. Fuck you going to do.
Right.
So, also, I wanted to get into one last thing. As you know, Cicely Tyson, man, we lost her this week. You know, I think it was age 94, 96, one of them.
Yeah,
but
man.
We lost a legend this week. What's your thoughts on that?
Man, that's crazy. Like, we lost her. She was old, and I mean, she reached 96. That was a milestone for anybody, and she looked damn good and everything. It wasn't like, you know, she was 96 and she wasn't looking good. She was in movies even up to maybe 2 years ago, looking good, doing everything. That's an icon right there, and she's always gonna be remembered, man.
Yeah, like, I feel like, you know, a lot of our, you know, ancestors, I will say, like, a lot of the people that trailblazed a lot of this shit for us, our Ruby Dees, our Cicely Tysons, our Ozzie Davises, our Morgan Freemans, James Earl Jones. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those people, they really trailblazed a lot of the stuff we're doing now, and the reason why we as a people are, I would say, in control of a lot of these, you know, platforms and everything like that, because at the end of the day, it all started with them. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about it, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for them, in a certain sense, there probably wouldn't even be a Premiere Boyz podcast or even a King Talk with Aaron Sands, because they didn't get the experience. They would have got that experience and that exposure out in Hollywood first, to put everybody else on that's putting us into these, you know, that's opening up these new situations. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we definitely did lose an icon. You know what I'm saying? She lived a whole full life. And it's something that we definitely got to, you know, treasure and take in. Definitely got her flowers, you know what I'm saying, while she was here. And now it's up to us in this new generation to carry this on, you know, and to keep this pushing. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody check on Betty White. Make sure she got all her health, bro.
Nah, somebody need to check to make sure Morgan Freeman and James Earl Jones is all right. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they safe. I know Morgan Freeman trying to save the bees, save the honeybees right now and everything, but please make sure these guys are safe. These are our heroes.
People, you don't even know people's freaking health condition. We didn't even know Chadwick Boseman's health condition.
No,
and this dude was running and jumping in movies. I'm like, my bro, you had stage thing and you running and jumping in movies?
Yeah, because you're not going to let ailments like cancer and things like that defeat you. The fact that you hearing that you got cancer, you know what I'm saying? That alone is self-defeating, because you already know the life expectancy on that shit. So that in itself is defeating in itself. So it's like, I bet you know you got cancer. What are you gonna do? You gonna wallow about it? You gonna be sad about it, or are you gonna, you know, pull up and then rise to the occasion and still live your life, because it's your life? You know what I'm saying? You only get one of these.
My son was shooting movies. Living his life.
And it sucked that we made fun of him. You know what I'm saying? It sucked that we made fun of him in the last, you know, in his last days and shit like that. Not in his last days, but when he was looking kind of frail and shit. Like, it sucked that we were sitting there making fun of him like that and not knowing what battles he got. Like with Cicely Tyson, we don't know what battles she was facing prior to that. You know what I'm saying? But all we know is she was just putting out dope content for our people, and we loved her for that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all we knew, and maybe that's all we needed to know. You know what I'm saying? But I can tell you like this, though. Without people like her, there wouldn't be people like me or people like us putting out dope-ass content the way we're doing it, you know?
I second that. I believe that, yo.
Yeah.
Don't forget about your boy Larry King.
Facts. And honestly, when you're talking about new shit, he was important to that shit as well, because, you know, we was out here doing interviews and discussing news pieces, you know, for over 40, 50 years, you know, and went through many ailments and still was able to like pull through, you know what I'm saying? And to come to find out that it all came down to COVID is kind of trash, you know what I'm saying? So
Larry can escape death a couple of times in his life. He had a couple of heart attacks and a couple of illnesses over his years. Yeah. Eventually, we got to admit that it was bound to happen. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm a big fan of his late night show.
But here's the thing, though. Like, here's the thing. When you got guys like, we got people like Larry King, Cicely Tyson, things like that, right? These guys are living full lives, bro. It's not like it's not like a Pop Smoke or something like that, where they're just getting into their prime. They're about to reach their peak, you know what I'm saying? And they get tragically, you know, killed, or we lose them for something, you know, because of, you know, and we just didn't see how good they were about to be. We seen how, you know, great Cicely Tyson was. We seen how great Larry King was. We already see how great Chadwick Boseman was, but he was in his prime when we lost him. You know, I feel.
Exactly.
So, you know,
my dude could have been he even gets to A+ Will Smith status yet.
And I felt like he was kind of close. He was one of those actors that was kind of close to getting there. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, things happen, and life has a funny way of, you know, showing you shit, and it's fucked up, you know? So I just want to
You remember my line on I'm a Star?
Which one? What'd you say?
When I said Late Night with Larry King.
Oh yeah, see, that's a shout out. You know what I'm saying? That's a little situation. So
Larry King only brings the best of the best on his show.
Yeah, and he don't waver on certain questions because you a star. You know what I'm saying? All right, you a star, but you still gonna answer these fucking questions though. I know that much.
I remember watching it at night, and he had big figures on there every time.
And that was a dope situation because one is CNN, so you already know. You already know the vibes. But he was also, when it came down, CNN helped build his shit up to the point where if he wanted to go off and do something different, he already came with the reputation that, yo, I'm Larry King. I can interview anybody right now and then do it. So that was a real big thing. So we really got to give it up to these legends that really, help pave the way for what we're doing here. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we could be able to continue it and push it forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would have been an honor if we would have made it to the Larry King live show.
Yeah, that would have been dope. He would have been old as shit by then. But yo, drop your Insta, drop your social media real quick. Let these guys know where they can find you.
You can find me at Roddy Fe, RODDY FE on Instagram.
All right, you already know the vibes. Look out for DJ Retro stuff coming up soon. Hopefully, look out for hopefully whenever he decides to come back to Premiere Boy Podcast, check out Premiere Boy Podcast Season 2, dropping February 11th.
But my input is still gonna be there. I'm behind the scenes right now, bro.
And listen, I appreciate all of that. I appreciate you behind the scenes right now. But
I'll be in your discussions and I'll bring the thing. Because just like y'all, I want to see this show pop. I want to see us have 100+ viewers subscribe per week.
Yeah, like
I want us to get there.
We definitely gonna take it to the next level with Season 2. I feel like Season 1 was a whole learning experience on what to do when it comes down to this. But with Season 2, we definitely gonna take it to a new level, And this right here, the King Talk with Aaron Sands, this is a learning experience too. This is my literally first podcast ever, and you're my first guest, and I definitely appreciate you for having you on here. You know what I'm saying?
What? Yeah, man, I'm glad.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all, this is it. It's the first episode of King Talk with Aaron Sands. You already know what it is. You can follow me at Aaron Sands Premiere. That's AARON SANDS You can also follow me at Shot by Sands. That's SHOTBYSANDS. That's for all of your photography needs when it comes down to event photography, or you just want to do headshots, things like that. Check me out. It definitely get you hooked up. Also, February 11th, Season 2, Premiere Boy Podcast. Me, Ken the Gentleman, Long Live the Chief, the Tribal Chief, Mally Mal, on deck. We got Roddy in the background, but he gonna be back here with us soon. God willing, hopefully we can do it. But for now, this has been King Talk with Aaron Sands. Yours truly. Check out this last song and keep in mind, those that matter, mind, and those that don't matter, don't mind. All right, make good choices. Love you guys. See you on the next one.
Yeah, over and out. Thanks for having me on.
You're ready, bro.
All right. This is the star Roddy Rod, and you are now listening to King